There's these small companies. There's this little company called Amazon. Don't know if anybody remembers that company. Started back in the recession, right? We had another little company called Uber. Started back in the recession, right? All these companies, these big brands, in the space of 12 years have become behemoths, global leaders in a very short space of time. One, because they saw the opportunity coming out of the recession.
All right, awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the High Level Spotlight Sessions, where we showcase incredible marketers doing incredible marketing. Today, we have a fan favorite, recurring guest, John Logar. John, thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Oh, man, I'm super psyched to be here, mate. This is probably my favorite topic.
I have to say, John, since we did our first episode, I had so many requests to get you back on the show. And I'm super glad that we were able to make it happen.
Oh, anytime, man, anytime. What High Level is offering as an opportunity for people, one, in terms of the software in and of itself, in terms of how it supports sales and revenue opportunities, but the white label part or portion of what you provide is a game changer for people that build a significant business. A lot of my champions use the software, but charging rates that are unheard of in the high level community. Just so, like, most people don't realize what they've got. And I guess today I want to make sure that people understand the real value of what they're delivering, and more importantly, the opportunity they have in front of themselves. So,
yes. So let's frame this up. A lot of agencies start using High Level and they're super excited because it changes the results of their business, which is fantastic. But I don't think enough of our customers really spend time thinking about the opportunity of reselling the platform itself, which is what we want you to do, right? And I think the ones that do, on average, resell it for around $199 a month. So when I reached out to you to come back on the show and you said, hey, would you like me to talk about how to sell High Level for more than $1,000 per month? I said yes, because I think our community would love to hear more about that. So you have taught people how to resell High Level for more than $1,000 a month. How?
Up to $10,000 a month or more. Right now, we have a client charging $18,000 a month for High Level. 18 grand a month.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Is. Yeah.
Okay.
And even
tell us more.
It's still too cheap. It's still too cheap. Yeah. So I want to give people a perspective, and I've prepared some slides going to walk you through this, just to give people a kind of a heads up. I want to show you, people who are actually selling this for those revenue amounts to demonstrate the proof of this. But more importantly, I want to highlight, right now, we are an incredible opportunity, and I want to highlight what that opportunity is for people who are in the lead management, campaign management, customer management business, right? So I'm going to highlight something that's really kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, that is going to give people in the high level community who are part of that, providing the software as a service, an incredible idea to the market. Because one thing people don't realize, that if you are selling this to a client, you're selling a sticky solution. And what I mean by a sticky solution is that if the client, whilst the client is using the software, whilst the client is utilizing the systems and the service you provide, they are paying you for the privilege of you supporting them in that process. But here's the thing: if the client stops paying you, you can rip the system away from them. Right? If a client stops paying, it makes the system sticky. And what you want to do is you want to rent the system as opposed to sell the system. So that's a concept. Now, we, an agency that I work closely with and part of, Breakthrough, we rent a system. We don't sell. We rent the landing pages, the ads, the funnel, the back-end email marketing, the text dropping, the voicemail dropping, the push call. We rent the system. They pay us up to $6,000 a month for that service, right? If they stop paying, everything stops. They lose access to the database, they lose access to the campaign, they lose access. So it makes the client sticky. One of the biggest problems we have in the agency world is retention. What High Level does is create that model to be able to retain a client for not just 12 months, but for 2 years, for as long as they're in business. For as long as they utilize your system and for as long as they're in business, the value or the lifetime value of a customer using High Level is huge, it's high. It's very, very high. A lot of people getting into High Level thinking SaaS software pricing, $97 a month, a couple $100 a month, those models. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a couple of things. One, how to sell it at high ticket. I'm going to give you 5 or 6 campaigns that you can run out. Anybody watching this video or this training can run out to the market and go and get clients, right? I'm going to show you how to break down the different services that you sell within HighLevel as a product category, what you can charge for that, right? And also there's an extra revenue stream that a lot of people forget about and they don't charge for. They're doing this for free. They don't realize they can actually get paid a lot of money to do it. So I'm going to walk through all of those areas. HighLevel as a product, as a software, you spent hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars developing this product, Chase. You've poured a lot of money, a lot of focus. It's driven by the ideas of your community. You've improved it at incredible levels. You're providing, in fact, almost a complete sales automation process for people in the system. But you're also providing something that people need to understand is really important. You're providing a client retention system. You're also providing a client management system. You're also providing forecasting, deal flow, opportunity costs. These things from a business point of view, those people who don't understand what I'm talking about, the gobbledygook I'm sharing, these things are very highly valued in the marketplace of client management. Very highly valued. There are companies that are paying millions of dollars for this stuff. You're giving it away to people for $297 a month, right?
I was just going to say, what's the value of Salesforce right now? I mean, they're...
Oh, it's billions. It's billions. And by the way, we use Salesforce as part of our business models. We paid $180,000 for somebody to integrate Salesforce just for one business section. $180,000, and we're still paying $3,000 a month for support for that, right? So understand the power that you have here at HighLevel. So I went into the kitchen, cooked up some slides, going to walk you through all this sort of stuff, answer your questions. This is going to be like a fire hose because I want to make sure you get everything into this. Happy to answer questions if people answer questions at the end, and got a cool thing to share with people at the end if they're interested on how they can make a global impact as well. So can we rock and roll?
Let's do it.
All right, man, I'm just going to share my slides. Just let me know that you can see my slides.
I got them.
All right, so HighLevel, leveraging businesses, how to generate 5- and 6-figure paying clients using HighLevel as a white label SaaS. So just going to give you some perspective here, some white labels. This is what's happening. This has only happened in the last couple of weeks, right? So we've got Tim here at 150K client, HighLevel. Edmund Peligan, HighLevel. John, 2K a month deal. These are all the deals that happened last week, right? So we've got people at 5K, 3.5K recurring, 7 packages of 5K for strategy, develop back-end CRM management models, 8K, 2.5K recurring, all right? We've got people here, 500K turnover in 2 months, 5K per month, HighLevel deal, 10K per month, HighLevel deal. Brian, Citron, 4 to 5K for a freaking chiropractor a month plus HighLevel, right? So understand that people are making some very, very good money utilizing back-end systems of HighLevel, okay? This is, by the way, this is a lot. Right, so this guy here, he's doing HighLevel for mortgage brokers, $24,000 worth of deals in 1 week. $24,000 deals in 1 week, applying some of the strategy I'm going to be sharing with you on this training, right? So let's get into it. I just want to give people's perspective of where we are in the world right now and what's happening and why this is such a big opportunity, right? Back in January 2020, we were normal. We hit coronavirus, the world goes crazy, we go lockdown, we go and do all those sorts of things. Then what happens is we're in April, and if we future pace out to April 2023, from the last recession, any economic recession normally takes about 3 years to kind of get back to normal. But between the year 3 and the year 9 is the greatest financial growth opportunity out of a recession, year 3 to year 9, right? But here's the interesting thing about year 3 to year 9. There's these small companies. There's this little company called Amazon. Don't know if anybody remembers that company. Started back in the recession, right? We had another little company called Uber. Started back in the recession, right? All these companies, these big brands, in the space of 12 years have become behemoths, global leaders in a very short space of time. One, because they saw the opportunity coming out of the recession, right? So right now we're here in May, coming into June. We're about to head, because we're going back to work now. Western world is going back to work, get the businesses open, get the people back into work, get the cash flowing in the economy, right? But a lot of businesses, what this has done for them, and they don't realize this, is this has shown how weak they have been in the back-end management systems of their clients. People realizing, holy crap, have a big enough email list. Holy crap, we don't have a process to manage customers. Holy crap, we don't communicate with our customers regularly. There's a huge hammer that happened that showed all the inefficiencies of businesses in not managing their customers effectively. Not
if
doing
I could just text all of my customers right now, right?
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. Huge inefficiencies, right? And the cost of this, by the way, a lot of businesses go, holy shit, my business is screwed, right? So 30% of the business market, they're not coming back. June to September, they're out. They're not going to come back. There's going to be businesses here on the green line in the middle here. They're going to do some things. They're going to try and hang in there, wait and see. Got to try and stay in business. Most of those businesses by the 18 to 24 month, they're going to go out. Some of those businesses are going to be back where they were April 2020 in 3 years' time. So it's going to take them 3 years to get back to where they started. Long time, hard work. But there's this group of businesses right now, and it's happening all over the world, where they've been very, very careful. They've got business systems, structures, back end. They're innovating on products. They're looking to acquire customers. Because right now here, if you see this here, there's this huge gap, right? We're about to get back into business in this range here, and this gap is widening. This gap is the opportunity, because if you come out of the business, if you come to the market and 1/3 of the businesses aren't there, then the businesses that are staying in the market have the opportunity to capitalize on the customer base that has been lost by 1/3 of the businesses in the Western world.
Wow, that's a great point.
Huge opportunity. As this curve grows at the 18-month mark, businesses that have been smart, managing their opportunities, letting people know that they're open, engaging the customers more effectively, building these systems that HighLevel can provide, are going to flourish. They're going to grow, grow, grow. Now look at what happens in the 18-24 month. Look at the gap in the market. This is why businesses who are smart create a hockey curve stick growth out of a recession.
Wait, hold on, John, hold on. Yeah. We're going at a breakneck speed, which I love, but I want to reiterate the point you just made. 1/3 of businesses will not reopen, but their customers are going to go somewhere, right? So get your clients in that mindset of like, we're going to get through this and we're going to have this huge pool of customers that we can just take, because 1/3 of our competitors are going to fold.
The number one thing that every business needs to know right now and needs to be doing is they need to let the market know that they are open for business. They need to be this computer that we sleep with 24/7. That computer there is the most powerful computer in the world. It has been certain. I say to people, how often do you search on Google every day? Oh, all the time. How many business? What do you search in Facebook, or do you search in Google? Oh, we're searching Google, right? Great. How many things have you bought on this phone in the last week? Oh, I pay my bills, I buy products, I go to Amazon, thousands of dollars. Most powerful computer in the world. If you don't have a marketing system that integrates with this technology, you're screwed, right? And HighLevel integrates with this technology really well, right? So the other thing also is, the thing that people need to know is they need to be visible. If you can't be found, you're out of business. People can't find you on that device. They can't call you. If you're not advertising, promoting, generating leads, they can't find you, right? They're going to go somewhere else. If you're not on Google Maps and it doesn't say that you're open, if it says you're closed, they're going to go to the next person down the list who says they're open, and they're going to buy the product from them. Make yourself visible, make yourself accessible. This is what this does, right? So we're going to come out of this 18 to 24 months. If you hang in there, if you're really smart, you will make a huge, huge growth curve for your business. And a lot of businesses are being very smart about understanding they've got to manage their clients better. They're being forced to get online marketing together. They've been forced to build in their customer service and their customer market base. They're being forced to engage. For the very first time, people realize that, holy crap, if we don't over-communicate with our clients, if we don't build value with our clients, we are out of business. The people who are smarter than us, who are taking advantage, they're the ones who are going to capture and engage customers and grow this opportunity. This opportunity curve, or this gap right now, is getting bigger and bigger every month goes by. And these green businesses here that aren't getting their act together, they are going to die by the wayside, and the gap is just going to get wider and wider. You are going to see brand new companies, brand new products, 35 million people right now in the United States unemployed. at least 5 to 10 million of those people, they're not going to go back to work. They're going to start their own businesses. They're going to start to jump into the marketplace and start serving the marketplace. So the playing field, this thing that's occurred, the health crisis and the economic crisis, has really leveled the playing field, because you've got billion-dollar companies now that are going broke. Right? The big players, the billion-dollar, look at the airline industry, look at the travel industry, look at the aggregators, look at all the website aggregators, travel aggregators, lifestyle aggregators. They're all going out of business, right? Because their business model has been ripped out from underneath them. They have to pivot. Some of them are pivoting, some of them are integrating, right? So understand that this thing has leveled the playing field in business in many, many categories, right? So this is just to show you what's coming up and what the opportunity is, right? So moving on. Right? History shows that if you cut less in down times, you'll gain more in better times. This is something that came from the source S&P cap from the last recession. You'll notice in 2008, from 2007 all the way to 2017, in the recessionary period, from the 8th to the 10th, companies that increased their spend in marketing and didn't cut their costs in client management grew by more than 18% in that 3-year period. Grew. They didn't go backwards, they went forwards. Companies that actually cut their costs, pulled their marketing back, dropped out into zero. Look at the losers in the marketplace, less than 1% growth rate over a 11-year period. Look at the winners, right? 11-year period have had over 40% growth rate in an 11-year period. Companies that cut budgets will die. Companies that look at spending effectively, managing the budgets effectively, staying in the market, they're going to grow. These statistics, I can go back to the last 5 recessionary blips that we've had, and these statistics I've checked are exactly the same. Companies that stay in the market grow. Companies that pull back, regress, die. They leave the market. So that's the evidence that we've got in the marketplace. Right now, this is Maslow's hierarchy of rules. We need to understand where we're at. So we've got psychological, physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem and self-actualization. But where we are in the world is this is where we are. Right now, from a business point of view, safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, healthy property. That's where businesses are right now. If our message is make money, grow, go to aspirational, we're going to miss the mark. It's an emotional buy. Emotion and emotion is like two magnets going negative, negative, and splitting apart. We have to sell on fact, on pragmatics, on logic, right? We have to be logic, just like Dr. Spock said, right, in Star Trek, right? That is not logical. Right, so we've got to be logical. So where does a message have to meet the market? A message has to meet the market at the safety level. This is where businesses are. They're in this safety zone, right? Got to hang on to my cash flow. Got to hang on to my business. Got to hang on to my employees. If I don't hang on to my employees, I'm not going to be able to service the market. I'm going to go out of the market, right? So this is big. This is big. If we point our marketing and our services at this level of communication, we will land a lot more clients because we are talking the language of where our market is right now. Right? So moving on. What business are we in? Right? So by the way, a lot of people don't realize how important this is, because there are people out there who are douchey marketing right now, showing opportunity, right? The problem is the market's not hearing it, right? The market wants, hey, I want to make safe, pragmatic, real assuring decisions. Right now, we are in a market right now of what we call VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. What we need is calm. What we need is clarity. We need assurance. We need leadership. We need management. And management is a big, big movement. Sorry, not management. We need movement. Movement is a big word in our world right now, especially in the high level world, right? Because fear lives in stagnant water. You do the same thing over and over again, you end up with the same result. You change things up, innovate, create, you're going to move up the ladder, right? So what business are we in, right? Just to give you a second, we're in the sales optimization business, right? If we're using HighLevel as a tool, we're in the sales optimization business. We're in the sales process automation business. We're in the sales conversion automation business. We're in the promotional campaign automation business. We are in the customer service automation business. These are the businesses that we are in. And in fact, we can sell the high-level services at each different level. I'm going to show you this later on and how much you can charge for this stuff and how much companies will pay, right? But this is the type of business we're in, right? This is what we're delivering to the market, right? So how do I identify, right? Sales convert, how do I identify myself? One of the things that you want to do is change this thing that ad agency, because to me, talking about lead generation, right, is falling on deaf ears at the moment, right? Talking about conversion, helping close deals that are left open, taking the tire kickers and turning them into dollars, all that sort of stuff, that is a much more attractive approach to businesses. If I'm going to sit there and say, hey, I know you got leads and I know leads suck, right? But what if we actually talked about the concept of conversion? What if we talked about an improvement of 5 or 10 or 20% in revenue by managing our opportunities more effectively and never losing opportunities again? Would that be cool, right? Easy opener. I'm going to show you some really cool campaigns you can run that open the door, right? Sales process automation is 4, and here's the thing. For a niche industry, the one thing that HighLevel does is you can build an integrated system for an entire niche. This is leverage, because now you can actually replicate the system like we do at Breakthrough over and over and over again as you generate clients. So this creates a recurring model or recurring revenue model, but it also makes it much easier to sell because you now have a product. In HighLevel, you have a productized service, right, that is generated. So you can do it for an industry. You do lead management and conversion specialists for what industry, right? This is what we do. We're an integrated specialist to help customers to do the core things that a business needs. 1 is to manage a lead. Number 2, nurture that lead into a sale. Number 3, convert that lead into a sale. Number 4, deliver your services. Number 5, retain, upsell, and resell your existing clients to more revenue. That's what HighLevel does. Those 5 core functions in a business is what makes your business, my business, every agency business grow, right? If you understand those 5 core functions and how this product supports those 5 core functions, that is a game changer. You've made it very easy for people to do some pretty amazing things with this product. So who do we help, right? Businesses that acquire leads through advertising. Anybody who's spending money on ads, not just online, but even offline, radio, TV, newspaper, any ad acquisition goes through this system. That's who we can help. The first person I would chase is people who are spending money on leads. That's the first customer I would chase. Somebody who's not spending money on client acquisition is not your customer, because you have to go through an education process. The people who are spending money on leads are the ones who understand conversion, crappy leads, bad marketing, poor promotion, successful, they get it, right? They get the marketing is important, otherwise, right? So number 1, anybody acquiring leads through advertising. Businesses have large client lists. So companies or businesses have large client lists, call centers. Think about professional services, think about health services, think about, so multiple niches, right? So businesses that have defined manual processes, sales processes. Look at long sales cycle processes that require multiple communication and touch points, phone calls, in-person meetings, follow-ups, all that sort of stuff. Those types of businesses love HighLevel. They need HighLevel. In fact, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I was at CES, the major consumer electronics show in Las Vegas. I was talking to a branded company. This is a multi-$100 million company. I'm sitting there with the marketing director or the president of marketing for the company, and I just, we're having a conversation, and I'm sitting there saying, so, you're innovating, you got a new product. So do you run product launches or update launches for the new applications or products that you provide to the market? He goes, what's that? Right? He says, well, do you obviously run a campaign, seed the idea, kind of like Apple does, seed the idea that something's coming and then launch that out and then blast that out? No, we've never done that. Okay. Do you think we did? And he's like, so do you use an autoresponder in your system? What's an autoresponder? Right? This is a marketing director of a freaking multi-$100 million company. So I said, imagine you could have a process. This is how I landed a client, right? Just stupid conversation. Imagine you have a process you can update your clients on a consistent basis to the value bring, new product launches you provide, and at the same time nurture them, be able to educate, ask questions, engage, and also touch point at multi-levels with your clients at the click of one button of creating an entire process. And he says, how do we do that? Right? How can we do that? That's what I want to do, right? You'll be amazed that most people don't have a structured process. A lot of sales teams are operating out of SAP spreadsheets, SAP spreadsheets, not out of CRMs. That kills me when I hear big companies that don't operate as CRMs.
When you hear spreadsheet, just translate that in your brain to opportunity.
Exactly. Businesses that have multiple product offerings. Multiple product offerings means multiple categories of marketing, right? You're not going to do one level of marketing for 5 different products. You have to create a funnel for every product. This is an opportunity for HighLevel, right? Businesses that have sales teams. Anybody who has a sales team needs to manage those leads, needs to manage opportunity, needs to look at the capabilities of how that lead is followed up, how that lead is followed through, how that lead is created into an opportunity or a deal flow or a nurturing opportunity. Sales teams, really, really important. Companies that have sales teams. companies that use call centers, companies, those sorts of things, need this type of software. Businesses that have database of existing and old leads actually have large databases, whether they're inactive or active, but they actually have. There are a lot of companies out there, a lot of direct mail, brick and mortar direct mail companies have hundreds of thousands of freaking leads sitting there that all they have to do is create an offer, go back out of the market electronically, and they can just crush it, right? I'm going to share how you can make some really cool money out of doing that sort of stuff. So niches, right? So who will benefit the most out of these types of niches? And what you want to do is you want to talk to companies that are a little bit bigger than your average smaller business. So what I mean by that is at the low end, around that $5 million mark. $5 million mark, businesses have to get serious, have to build processes, systems, manage clients, they have to spend money on marketing. These are ideal clients, easy to identify, by the way. Anybody wants to know where they can find 5 million plus clients, I can show you where millions of them are. Easy to get to, easy to find decision maker. So remind me to tell you that at the end of this. I'm just looking at the time. We're 27 minutes. Okay, so niches, right? So think professional services, accountant, lawyers, financial planners, insurance. Insurance, by the way, all these top niches here, all in high recession-proof niches. All these businesses just discovered that, holy crap, we need a database, right? Or look at all these services, right? So health services, chiropractors, functional medicine, physios, physical therapists, osteopaths, optometrists, cosmetic surgeons, and the list goes on for those services. Retail is huge for high level, right? Clothing, parts, accessories, e-commerce, boating, camping, fishing, warehouse direct. These sorts of businesses are growing right now. Anything related to sport, anything related to equipment, anything related to health, going through the roof, right? So they need management. Automotive, dealers, parts, service centers, body repair shops, software, trade software, subscription software, enterprise apps, development shops, IT support and services. Massive opportunities for high level as a management service. Contractors, the contractor market always going to grow. By the way, recession proof, a lot of contractor markets very recession proof, high growing markets. They've understood that they have been screwing up for years, not managing their businesses properly, because they go, holy crap, they buy tons of leads, but they've never managed them properly, right? So this is an open market.
Totally.
Plumbers, electricians, carpenters, remodeling, roofing, you name it, anything in the contractor market, huge. Product-based categories, I haven't got enough room on the slide, but I'll do product-based. So showrooms, think about location showrooms that spend millions of dollars on inventory, on presenting their wares, where people have to come to their wares. High value products, products that are based, could be $1,000 to $100,000 for their products. They desperately need your services. And the other thing is manufacturing. Manufacturing is on the way back. Most companies are nationalizing because of the coronavirus. They've got no choice, because they can't rely on global trade at the moment. They are starting to look at ways of manufacturing internally so they can actually deliver products and services. Manufacturing businesses, factory direct, from direct to customer. There's this little tiny business, don't know if anybody's heard about it, called Alibaba. Represents 300,000 manufacturers in China or throughout Southeast Asia, where you can buy the product directly from the manufacturer to the buyer. I don't have to go through an agent to find the product. That market in the United States, in Australia, in Europe is going to flourish, right? Corona has given them the opportunity to get their act together and go, you know what? We don't have to worry about the Chinese. We can build business here, right? Yeah. So that's going to happen right now. That is happening right now. So niche markets. So the problem, what is the problem we're solving? Poor sales process, poor lead handling, reactive rather than proactive in the sales focus, lack of follow-up, no customer relationship management system in place effectively as a CRM, little to no customer experience in systems, so no customer care, ongoing support. Customer buys, forget the customer. Think Guthrie Renker, although they've changed their model. Guthrie Renker are the guys, the TV guys who sell their products on television, QVC, all that sort of stuff, buy shopping. They have databases of tens of millions of people. In fact, they have databases of 100 millions of people. But they don't email market, or they don't serve those databases. They do direct sales, and that's what they know. And they're really good at it, and they make billions of dollars doing it. But they don't go email marketing to the back end of the market. Ridiculous, right? Huge opportunity. Little to no customer experience, right? In the thing. Poor pre- and post-sale systems. These are the problems that businesses face. And these problems cost businesses a lot of money. I'm going to show you how it costs in a moment. So big problem opportunity. How many leads do you acquire? So how are we going to find out, right? How many people do you acquire? How many people do you sell? What price point do you sell at? And what does it cost you to acquire a customer? 4 questions that every business must know. And if they don't know, they need high level, right? If they don't know, they need find out real fast, and they're going to find out real fast when they start to manage the process. So this is a big problem, but this is a big opportunity, right? If we can know how much a customer costs us to buy, then we can scale our marketing, scale our businesses, we can grow, right? But if we don't know that figure, then we're left to the lap of the gods. If we don't know what the average price point is, ways that we maximize the average sale per client, we're out of the market, right? We're not taking advantage of the market. If we don't know how many units we sell, how many units we're forecasting to sell, and how many units we need to sell, we don't know that, we're out, right? And if we don't know how many people we acquire in the cost of our investment in marketing, and I've sat down with companies who've spent hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising, and I'll ask them, how many leads, or how many customers do you acquire every month? And they say, oh, we must have thousands. How many thousands? How many thousands, right? How do you know? Where do they come from? How do you know they came from there's no tracking, there's no measurability. The one thing that we have in automation is measurability, right? So this is a statistic. It's from the National Sales Executives Association. Look at the numbers. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts, right? But look at this, 2% of salespeople, right, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Most people don't realize, because here's the big problem from a sales follow-up point of view, right? Here's the problem. The problem is that, let's say, so think about what's going on. We're acquiring customers. So let's put Mr. Sales Guy in the mix of handling leads, right? So let's say a business has 5 sales guys, and they give 50 leads per sales guy. So they're generating 250 leads per week. So in the month, the sales guy's got 200 leads. The team has got 1,000 leads over the course of the month, right? So what does the sales guy do with 50 leads? He's going to call the first guys he can get his hands on, the easiest sales that he can make or try to make. So that might be 5 or 6, maybe 10 people. So there's 40 people that are going to go by the wayside, but he's going to get a hold of about, say, 10. Let's be generous with the sales guy. He's a hard worker. He gets 15 leads, right? So he gets 15 opportunities out of leads. Now he's got to go through the sales cycle, do a quote, do a proposal, spend 3 or 4 hours putting a proposal together, multiply that by 15, right? So now that's turned into 45 hours to manage 15 leads, right? Then put the proposal out there, and then generally what they're going to do is going to follow up once, right? How'd you go? Blah, blah. Because guess what happens next week? Another 50 leads, right? And then he's only going to follow up the ones that he's sure, or he sees the opportunity, because he does this thing over and over again. By the 3rd month, Mr. Sales Guy has had 600 leads, but only managed to manage, right, maybe 40 of them over the 600, right? But of the 40, he only manages to make 5 sales a month. So the opportunity cost is tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars that the sales guy is losing, because every month you give the guy leads, he's not able to cope with the actual leads because he has no automation. He has no ability to follow up. He forgets what happens. How many sales have you, Chase, I'm going to ask you, has there been a moment where you've had a sales opportunity, but for whatever reason, things got in the way and it just fell off the tree? Ever happened to you?
Of course.
Happens to everybody, right? That's money for jam that is left on the table from all the hard effort that you do. And that's because we get caught up. That's what happens in lead generation. Can't manage the leads effectively. And every time we bring more new leads, all we're doing is putting more and more pressure on the salesperson. Sales guy's going to go for low hanging fruit and actually going to leave a ton of money on the table. This is where we come in, right? So simple offers. These are campaigns that I have created for my champions. I'm going to hand over to you that people can use to open the door to generating these opportunities. So let's get into some of the simple campaigns here, Chase, right? So number one, right? All right, so really simple. Let me close some deals for you. Can we get on the phone for a quick chat, right? Very simple offer, right? Your sales opportunity cost is the greatest immediate increase in cash flow acquisition. Can I show you how you can get your hands on it and reply yes to this email? Or give me the best phone number I can contact you on to talk about how we can pick up that cash for you, right? Next one, you're spending a ton of money on advertising, burning leads that are sales waiting to be closed. Can I talk to you about this? Reply yes or no, right? Never lose a sales opportunity by automating follow-up. Can we have a chat about that? Right? Stop bleeding. Stop the bleeding of your sales in your business. How many sales have fallen through the cracks? How much revenue do you think you've lost? I'd love to get that back for you. Can we hop on a quick call? Right? Simple campaigns. Stop burning leads, start converting sales. I want to show you a simple system that will double your sales conversions. Can we go on a quick call? Right? make this offer in this type of format, follow up this offer, I'll guarantee you get an appointment, right? Your conversion to an appointment by making this offer should be around 80 to 100%, right? If you get the person on the phone, if you talk to the person and you say, listen, how important is this to you? If we can have a quick chat about it, you can let me know whether or not we can continue a conversation. Is that okay? There's a script. Give me 60 seconds of your time. If you feel that this isn't important to you, right, we can stop that call at the end of 60 seconds. Fair enough? Every person is going to say yes to that script. Every person is going to say yes. So now you've got 60 seconds to say, listen, let me show you where the money's missing. Let me show you where you generate cash right now. Because remember, what's important right now, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety, security in business. Safety, security in business is cash flow. We are the cash flow kings. We can get immediate cash flow for business, right? So understand this is a very powerful medium. So there's 6 campaigns that people can run. You can literally copy, paste, take a snapshot. There you go. All right. It's cool. You don't like them?
Yeah.
All right. Very simple, right? We might as well give you the gold, right? I don't want to hold back here. So I want to talk about
I love the
leads.
first one, short and sweet.
Yeah, I want to talk about leads, conversion, number of customers, average sales, frequency, and revenue, right? So if we look at a customer, you can demonstrate this model to a client. If you sit and say, hey, right now, no lead management, right? No lead management or poor lead management, right? So let's say you've got 1,000 customers, you've got a 20% conversion rate, 1 in 5. That equals 200 customers by $1,000 in sales is $200,000 worth of sales. Right now, if we put a lead management software piece in, if we were able to follow up clients in real time as they come in as an inquiry to let them know that we can help them and somebody's going to contact them, or that they can push to a call to talk to a salesperson immediately, do you think we can increase the sales by the number of clients or leads by 10%? Do you think we can increase by 10%? They're going to go, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we don't do it. Yeah, we should be able to get 10%. So do you think that if we did that, if we actually automatically followed up, that we can improve the conversion rate from 1 in 5 to 1 in 4, right? Can we improve just the conversion rate a little bit from 20% to 25%, right? Yeah, we could do that. Great. If we were able to increase our sales, our average, that would give us 275 clients. If our average sale was $1,000, could we put our prices up by $100 and nobody would notice? All right, yeah, we could do that, right? $1,100, right? Now, instead of a client buying once, what if right now, how much of your business comes from referrals? Most people will say 30% to 40% of my business comes from word of mouth, right? So what if we got 1 in every 10 customers introduce us to a new customer? We're going to get 40%. I'm not talking 40%, I'm talking 10%. What if we nurtured that opportunity, made that opportunity for a customer to give you 1 client? Is that possible? So a 10% increase in the number of clients, a 10%, 25%, a 5% increase in conversions gives you an extra 75 opportunities, right? Increase your prices by 10%, $1,100. 1.1, 1 more customer out of every 10 customers. Look at the new revenue rate, $332,750 with a small touch, right? That's $132,000. That's a 30% increase, 60% growth rate in revenue. Right, $132,000 is a 60% growth rate in revenue, right? Making small adjustments. Show the math to people. Show what happens when you go from 1 in 5 to 2 in 5. You've doubled your sales. If you go from 2 in 10 to 3 in 10, you've had a 50% increase in sales. Do you think that with right now, if we had a system to manage every lead in real time, we're going to dramatically improve revenue and opportunities? You guys are going to say, absolutely, no brainer, right? So that's what we're going to understand, that this is an opportunity, right? Look at the math, use the math, play with the numbers, show the numbers with the client. Say to the client, how many you got? I got 6,000. Great, let's increase by 10%. Let's increase the pricing structure by 10%. Let's increase the frequency by 10%, right? What is the new number? The new number is $785,000, right? We just added $280,000 to your revenue by making some small adjustments. Right now, you don't have a system to do that. But what if we could double that? What if we could triple that over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years? Right? Because smart businesses do smart things and focus on the most important thing, and that is conversion and engagement, right? So, simple plan, a simple offer that I can show you, right? Pick up the opening offer, familiarize yourself with HighLevel, join the support in the Facebook group, show 5 people how lead management works. Today, can I show you how this thing works? You know, those campaigns that I just wrote? Hey, look, I don't know if you know this, but let me show you something that's like firecracker for your business. What if we show you crack for your business? What if we show you some steroids for your business, right? And imagine it is easy to put it in place, right? The idea is to get 1 client every 10 days. The goal that every business owner here that's watching this, if you're in business, you've got to be generating, when I talk high level, Customers are going to pay you between $30,000 and $100,000. You want one of those clients every 10 days, 3 a month. Do that over 3 months, and you've got a game changer in the business, right? You're doing well. So what will the market pay? So I'm going to share with you what the market will pay, then we're going to ask some questions, right? So SaaS, per user, right? We've got the SaaS, sales automation and business process integration, lead management, ad campaigns and lead acquisition, customer service, client reignition and promotional campaign management, and then business forecasting, training, team management, opportunity, and deal flow management. These are 5 separate core units for a business. One thing that HighLevel does beautifully is that you can actually provide packages based on the levels of service in the software. We can build your sales funnel. We can do your email marketing. We can do your lead management. We can do your customer management. We can do your push call. We can do text messaging. You can create packages and increase the investment in the actual product, right? So you're not saying $100 a month or $200 per user. You're actually sitting saying, hey, we're building a system, and to set that system up, there's a fee for that, and there's a process. So let's have a look at what's SaaS. The SaaS per user model, $97 to $500 is about the average per user, right? Company has five sales teams. They're going to pay between $500 and $2,500 for management, right? For management, right? Understand that this is they're investing in a process that they're engaged in, right? That's roughly what a SaaS model is, right? Enterprise level, obviously much larger. I'm going to show you enterprise pricing with HighLevel. So sales automation, business process integration, $10K for workflow assessment. When you sit down with a company and you understand their business and you look at their processes, that's not free. You should be charging. I know a lot of high levelers who are giving that away for free. My champions don't give that away for free. One of my champions just charged the client $60,000 to do workflow assessment, right? Because you've got to look at the process. You understand that you're building a system and a structure you have to integrate. So before you do that, you have to know where you are and where you're going to and what has to happen in between. That is time. 100%. That is your skill, and that is you're probably, all the high levels are probably having conversations with clients like this all the time. Great, let's look at let's look at the sales process, right? Lead comes in, what happens next? Well, we want a phone call, we want this, we want that. What happens next? Well, what happens in that phone call? What email goes out? What thing has to happen? Why is that an integral part of the process? 10K for workflow management, 50K or 100K plus for integration. Build the system, the funnel, the back end, the communication, the structure, the strategy, the customer care, build the system. Integration, 50K to 100K, right? Management, 3 to 5K per month of managing that system, right? That's what you can charge for sales automation and business process integration right now. By the way, that's what you should be charging for sales automation and business automation. By the way, in the market, I know people that I know in my world or in the world of this type of business that are charging 4 to 5 times these prices, right, for the same thing, okay? So lead management, ad campaign, lead acquisition, 5K minimum to set up, right? There is a setup process. We're going to run the Facebook campaign. We've got to set the system up to accept those leads. We've got to then, what happens in those leads? What's the process? You've got to set that up. You've got to charge for setup. Don't give away. How many people I know give away free setup, right? Don't give away free setup. Charge for setup. If you are going to give it away, put it as a line item. Tell people you're giving away $5,000. Put it as a line item in the invoice saying $5,000 for integration setup. Strike the mark. You don't have to pay. There's an incentive to buy. $1,000 to $5,000 per month for management, to manage the process system, make sure things are working, make sure they're actually held accountable to utilizing the system. Lead management as a service is what you can charge, right? I know a lot of people I work with in the agency world, Facebook ads and AdWords, they will tack on HighLevel at between $1,000 to $1,500 a month as a service to manage the leads. If they don't have that service to manage the lead, they don't get it, right? So leads are like leads, but the power of this is, and they know from an agent's point of view, if you're doing lead generation, to have a management system plugged in is like fail safe, and also you have a system now that is sticky because every lead goes through the system. If the client stops paying, sorry, you rip out the whole system. They don't have the integration. They have to go and start from scratch again, right? So it makes the system sticky. You can get clients on for 12 months, 2 years, 3 years. Right now, we sell a 3-year package that some clients have paid in advance for. 3 years, $60,000 a year, $180,000 up front, right? For lead management, right? So let me tell you, people are spending the money. Yeah. So customer service, A lot of people forget that once you get the customers in, you've got to, not every lead is going to buy on the spot. Most leads, in fact, the way the leads work, 3% will buy. 3% of companies you're going to buy. 7% want to buy. They just need questions answered. They need to know why. So you've got 10% of people in the buying zone. You have now another 30% of the people who will buy in the next 3 to 6 months. They were interested, they're going to get finance together, they're going to need to know more information, need to build some know, like, and trust, a relationship with you. 30% of those people are going to buy in the next 3 to 6 months. So if 10% of the buying zone, and you don't look after that 30%, right, that's massive money left on the table. So customer service is an engagement really important. Nurturing leads is really important, but also existing customers. How many times a customer says, I didn't know you do that? Chase, tell me, how many people have turned around, find a new feature in HighLevel, go, I didn't know that you did that, right? Now, not that you didn't tell them, Chase, not that you didn't tell them that you did that. It's just that they don't see it. So they have to be reminded that you do that. So this is the way that you sell or upsell or multiple services. This is why this is worth so much. Think about what this is worth in revenue to a business if they get this right. So 10K to 50K for setup, 2K to 5K per month to manage the system, to make sure that it's working, that you actually track and measure the accountabilities of that system running efficiently and effectively for a business, right? So client reignition, promotional campaign management, right? 5K to 10K to set up a reignition campaign. 5K to 10K. In fact, on average, you should be charging about $15,000 for a reignition campaign. For those who don't know what a reignition campaign is, it is a campaign to go back to your past lists and say, hey, we've got a great offer. We're going to do something crazy. And we're going to give you first chance at this offer. And we're going to make it limited, time sensitive, scarcity, and only to you first, VIP, right? Take advantage of the offer. It is a cash injection for businesses. However, businesses run from promotion to promotion to promotion. They should be running campaigns every single month. Run campaigns every single month, add new sales to the business, right? This is a profit center for the business that you're looking at. 5K to 10K to set it up, 5K to 10K management, plus percentage of profit share, right? I have one client, Will, who uses this system, right? Every client, $8,000 to set up a reignition campaign, and you pay him, then you're going to pay him $4,000 a month to manage it, and then you're going to pay them 11% of every sale that you make, right? Do the math, right? Do the math. The math is huge, right? Think about 11% on a $10,000 product. That's $1,100 every time a sale is made, goes straight to Will's pocket, right? Interesting, huh? Right?
Yeah.
I hope people were woken up when they just saw, when they've seen this, right? So business forecasting, training, team management opportunity, deal flow management, 10K to 50K to set it up. Service packages 2 to 5K. People need to know their numbers, people need to forecast their numbers, and people need to see their numbers in real time, and they need to be able to assess what that means to a business. But they also need to assess what their team is doing. They also need to assess the ability to train and improve and get better results from that system. If you offer business forecasting, training, and team management as part of the automation, this is what you can charge for that service. Because to a business, it is worth, for businesses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, in fact, to get this right. There are companies that spend freaking millions of dollars doing this, and they still can't get it right because they're using convoluted systems. But with HighLevel, they can get it right because it's very visible, very, very easy to use. The interface and intuitiveness of this product is amazing, fantastic. So training, so this is the money that people leave behind, right? Most people give training for HighLevel for free, right? Most people don't charge for their training. But that's time. That's your IP. That's what you're doing is you're helping them to improve their capability of using the software. But you shouldn't be giving that away for free. We charge between 5 and 10K to send one of our customer service managers to the business to show them how to use the back end of our system, even though they're paying us $5,000 a month for the system, right? We charge them 5 to 10K for half a day. This is how you use the system. Then you can modularize it. So you can create videos or personalize the training to that company. If you've got a big enough company, they want to integrate the training because if it becomes an integrated system and service, they obviously want to do that for years to come. So part of that is they're going to buy the training system from you. So you can create a $50,000, or sorry, that should be $5,000, $5,000 to 30K, right? Modularized course on how to use your management and training and sales management in the system. For sales manager directors, that's gold. It's like takes 30% of their work off their hands and go, great guys, we need to follow this process, right? Mm-hmm. That is money to jam. That is another product or additional product that you can sell from this product. So I can't believe that we did a 3-hour presentation in 50 minutes, Chase. I'm just going to say.
You're a machine.
I'm happy to answer some questions, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share something really cool, if it's okay with you, because this is obviously in support of what we're doing here at High Level. But first of all, are there any questions that people are asking that I can answer here?
I'm sure there will be in a second. So if you're on Facebook, feel free to post a question there. I'll monitor over there. And if you're here with us in Zoom, feel free to throw questions into the chat. But man, John, I mean, you obviously went through that really fast, but there were so many pieces of that that really hit home. And I think, for example, charging to map out their existing workflow so that you can understand it and make it better in High Level. Everybody does that for free. You have to do that before you can even start. But if you do it right and put it into a visual map, not only can you charge for it, but then it also helps you upsell, because I can't tell me how many times I would build that map in my brain, go build it, and then they'd come back and be like, oh, you know what? Can you also do this, that, and this? If I would have mapped it out, I would have said, okay, you already paid for this. Yeah, now I can add these brackets over here and this over here, but that's going to be more money. I think stuff like that you just aren't charging for, that is so valuable. You just need somebody to tell it to you.
I want to give you an example of this, right? Let's say White Label, you're paying $300 to $500 for White Label service in High Level, right? So if your physical costs of running this business, your own management costs for your facilitation and your software is, and you should be using it as well, by the way. People who are buying the White Label should be setting up their own systems in High Level to demonstrate this to other people, right? But here's the thing, and by the way, most of our people do use High Level as their CRM and their management process. So here's the thing, that if you're doing this, that understand how much it would cost a business to actually invest in the software, integrate it for themselves, customize it, and then have the opportunity where they have to upgrade features, improve the capabilities and the instances of getting at the bugs and doing, like, you'd have to have a whole entire dev team in your business to be able to do this. So companies, by the way, there are companies that do that. We did it, right? We spent $2 million building our own High Level just for one industry. This was before High Level was around. If we knew High Level was around, we would just use High Level, right? We would have saved ourselves $2 million, right? But we spent $2 million in development. So understand, when you're giving these people these systems, you are saving them hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in development, right? Customization. So understand the value that you're bringing. They don't have to pay that. They're going to pay way less for the opportunity to utilize the system. That's why we as business owners undercharge for this, because the beautiful thing about it is you can brand this, right? You can brand this for an industry. You can brand this individually for a client. So the client still feels like they're getting the customization of the entire system, but they're not having to pay for the development, right? So now, if you think about that, that is the value, right? You go to a client and say, hey, the whole thing's going to cost you 180 grand, but you know what? We could build this for you and it'll cost you 2 million. What do you want to do, right? So now we're going to save you 180 grand in development over the next 5 years. So we're going to save you $1 million worth of revenue in cost that you get to keep, because now you have a system that is actually working and generating revenue for you, right? So what
the same thing is true on the support side of the fence, right? Like, I have two friends that work for companies that all they do is provide third-party support for Oracle and IBM solutions. They charge hundreds of thousands of dollars per month just to be there on support, even if you never call them.
Yeah, exactly. Understand the cost-benefit ratio of this product is extraordinary. So have you got any more questions, Chase? I mean, what's the biggest takeaway that you've seen other than the whole charging for setup? What other things have you seen in this presentation?
Well, I think your business, your market insight statistics were really hit hard. Like, showing, I think you're dead on with the fact of where we are as far as coming out of a recession. The numbers about a third of my competitors are going to lose, or my competitors are going to lose. A third of my competitors are going to fold, which is going to create this sea of customers looking for a new home. I mean, that was just like, wow. I mean, wrap your head around that, right? And talk about motivation in a time that it feels a little scary.
By the way, now is the time. Like now, like all the high level community, right? I want to directly look you in the eye at the moment. Understand that the model you have is a very leverageable model. A productized service is much easier to sell and integrate into a market. So you've got 80% of the work is already done for you, right? That's the beauty of this, right? The other side is all you got to do is show it to people, demonstrate it to people. Sit down with somebody, say, hey, here's a lead. Let's put you in the lead business. This, right? Let's put you in the lead business, and here's how we can demonstrate this in real time. What's your name and email, right? Imagine you're an ad. You've clicked on an ad, bang. You can go, great. Just check your phone, right? You'll notice there's a notification right now from me just from that one instance. You'll notice that you can push call. You can call me, click a button, call me, and it'll ask me to connect to a salesperson. So you have instant recognition. Imagine if your clients can be instantly connected to a salesperson. How good would that be? Right? Well, that's freaking awesome. How do we do this? It's such an easy sale. This is such a freaking easy sale by demonstration. The only people who are going to make it hard are the people that are holding their hands on it, not realizing what they can do with it, right? The
other thing I wanted to point out, what you making that point reminded me that in our marketing agency snapshot, there's a survey designed to do the same thing. It's just questions that you know they're going to say no to that HighLevel turns into yeses. So all you got to do is get business owners to go through the survey, and then you say, great, let's book a results call where I can tell you how we're going to change these 10 no's into 10 yeses, and we'll talk about how much it'll cost.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it, John. So I see a question here at Facebook. It says, you mentioned sources earlier for some recession-proof industries, accounting, lawyers, CFPs, contractors, and that we should target those doing at least 5 million in revenue. Where do you normally find those clients? Yes, you told us you were going to.
Do you want them paid or do you want them for free? Do you want them paid or do you want them for free? I can give you the free option. That's easy, right? There's two lists. There's the Inc. 5000 list US, fastest growers for the last 5 years, and the Inc. 5000 European list. You can go to that list and designate clients 5 million plus, and it'll show you the company, the website. All you need to do is jump over LinkedIn and then search for the CEO of that company. Really, really easy. So you can find that right now on the Inc. 5000 fastest grower list, there's 1,226 companies that are doing $5 or more million in revenue. 1,226 companies in 50 different niches, right? So lots of niches. And the thing is, the question you got to ask is, who is not on that list? That also is a customer list. The other way to do this really easy is we have the best business database in the world called LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, if you have Sales Navigator, you can designate companies with 50 more employees. 50 more employees are companies that do 5 million plus. 50 more employees, 5 million plus, right? That's a designator. Decision maker, easy to find, right? Email, you can extract the personal email in LinkedIn. It's really cool, right? Now you got direct access, verified email, and engagement. So LinkedIn can give you all those companies in different niches, different cities, locations, and categories if you use Sales Navigator. Really, really easy. Free.
Sales Navigator, that's what it's called. Sales Navigator. So Sales Navigator is an add-on to LinkedIn, right?
It's a membership service fee. But what it does allow you to do, it allows you to see how big the market is. And another trick with Sales Navigator, which is really cool. So if you want a highly targeted audience that is looking for HighLevel, here's where to find them, right? So anybody, so it'll generate a list. When you do the search, it'll generate a list for you. The tab on the left-hand side is the big list, right? You don't want the big list. Can't manage the big list. Too many people. Remember the management problem, right? Too many people. There's a list about 4 tabs over, and it says people who have actively posted in LinkedIn in the last 30 days. Anybody actively posting in LinkedIn in the last 30 days is looking for customers. They are not posting because they are posting for the fun of it. They are posting because they're trying to attract clients. That is a targeted list. Hey, I noticed you're trying to get, what type of clients you're trying to generate, right? How many people you're dragging in from LinkedIn? How do you manage those leads, right? Boom, high level opportunity, right? So that lead list is very, very powerful, right? Easy, pretty inexpensive, biggest list on the planet. Most people don't know how to use it, but there's plenty of education on how to use it. But if I was going to build a lead list, by the way, if you want to generate, let's say you want to generate $500,000 in revenue. I've got clients that have generated $500,000 in revenue in the last 2 months, cash from scratch, right? This is how you do it. You only need to target about 200 customers in the marketplace, only 200. And all you got to do is you got to work towards having that 200 people towards demonstrating and showing how HighLevel works for them. That's all you got to do is just get them to a demo, right? Put 20 people in a demo, 9 people will buy. Put 20 people at demo, 9 people will buy. Average sale, $5,000 a month. That's $45,000 a month in revenue. In 90 days, you can have $45,000 a month of recurring revenue using HighLevel just by only targeting 200 leads and demonstrating to 20 people. Right? Pretty simple, right? So not hard to do. And do what I just shared on this screen, no problem at all. So is it okay if I share the Blitz intensive we're doing? I'm just going to share the screen so everyone knows. Where are we? Back here. Okay. So on the 23rd of May, we have this event called the Web Event for Good. One of the things we're talking about is integrating services like HighLevel to maximize lead management into the marketplace. So how do we generate clients, we generate leads, and how do we manage those leads into sales, right? What I'm doing is I'm actually providing the lead source for decision makers. I'm going to show you how to extract and get decision makers, 5 million plus companies in multiple niches. I'm going to show you the hottest niche markets to go after right now that are investing in these types of services. I'm going to show you 20 tested campaigns that have already worked, going to give you those campaigns, going to walk you through a sales process that I know that if you follow, that you're going to allow the customer to step into a buy. And also going to show you how to close the deal on the spot with an agreement and a payment. Agreement and payment on the spot, right? Walk through, whole system, right? Going to give the recordings away, going to give the slides away, but this ticket buys 10 families, solar lighting. This ticket is a ticket for good. What we're trying to do is support international sustainability programs and projects. And what we've done with the ticket is for every ticket that is purchased, $97, 10 families are going to get solar lighting who don't have electricity. That's a game changer for their lives. 5 women in Guatemala are going to get jobs and vocational training to support their families and gain some independence. And then we're going to pay for the education for one disadvantaged child for an entire year on this $97 ticket. So if you are interested in joining me and getting all those resources and getting access to the systems, strategies, and structures, if you go to consultingunleashedlive.com, you can purchase a ticket. There's also a private membership area with a bonus training already in there to walk you through to generate client opportunities. So we are, one of the things that I want to do, and we heavily highlight HighLevel as a service to, one, you should be using to manage your leads, but number 2, how you integrate that to use that to manage opportunities in the marketplace. So as I said, that's to me, we've already, by the way, we've already impacted on, we've had, what have we done? 22. So we've had 200 families we've given lighting to already. We've given jobs training to 50 women so far, and we've paid for the education of more than 20 children for an entire year so far in this ticket. It's happening on the 23rd of May. It is a 4-hour masterclass. I give you all the resources, everything you need. My goal is to help you to generate 6 brand new clients in a 60-day period. That's 1 client every 10 days, right? Paying you for the services using my systems and strategies that I give to my champions who pay me a lot more than $7, right? So I'm trying to make this as a no-brainer as possible. If you go to consultingunleashedlive.com, you can grab your ticket. You'll get access to a private portal with training in there already. Going to give you all the stuff, but the big thing that I'm really, really super excited about is how many people we're going to impact in the world that need help, need lighting, need education, need support and independence. That's why this is the Web Event for Good. And like I said, I really appreciate, Chase, you having me on here. Those who feel that they can benefit from this training, feel like, you know, the $97 to enable, you know, people to have impact in the world, I would highly encourage you to get there. There are limited tickets, by the way, we will sell out. What we're trying to do is we're trying to impact on 3,000 families in this one event. So your ticket will contribute to supporting 3,000 families in the world in this project. So
wow, that's fantastic, John.
Still answering questions, Chase. Have you got questions? I've got time. Do you want me to answer any questions?
It's more people basically saying, mind blown. This is incredible. Basically, a lot of light bulbs going off. So, John, I think the message is, I think I'm feeling the same way, sort of reeling. And I think we need to get the replay online as soon as I can so that people can rewatch this a couple of times and pause and think about all the solid points that you made.
Yeah, look, as I said, I know the reason I presented this to you is to help you understand all those. Look, I love the product. I think the product's amazing. It's very timely. The development that has gone on, the support that's going on, the community that you've built is incredible. It is a really great product, but a lot of people don't understand the true value of this product to the market. And I guess what I really wanted to convey is to show people where those opportunities are, how important this opportunity is, how this is branded, how you can actually build a very solid business that has an asset value for you, your families, and the aspiration you have for your business. But more importantly, the impact that you can make on other businesses is incredible. The value proposition, if you understand what you're positioning here, and if you relate that, hopefully, Chase, you might have me back and I'll show you how to sell this stuff at high ticket to walk you through exactly what you've got to do to get people to pay you that kind of money. Happy to do that, right? But at the end of the day, understand that this is a value proposition that has a lot of impact on the businesses that you share this with, right? That's really, really key here, because at the end of the day, what you've done, what you inadvertently have done here, Chase, is you've built a business that is supporting several communities, right? What you've attached here is the game changer to the lead generation business. What you've attached here is something that actually makes that model of retaining a clients sticky. This one little piece makes every agency a sticky business. The biggest problem in agency, average client lasts from a month to 90 days. No more. That's no more. When you sell this into a business, it becomes part of what I call a business development program, because this is ever ongoing and ever changing. It doesn't stop. HighLevel doesn't stop. You can't just go, hey, I know a lot of people have done some amazing work in HighLevel by producing systems for vertical niches, plug and play, share campaigns, all that stuff, which is fantastic. But understand the work that goes into, or what the impact of that work has to a client. Understand that if we know what the average sales of a client is, and you sat there and said, well, if we improve the sales by 20%, because right now
I was just going to say, if we go back to the slide where you were showing, okay, if we could change this by 5% or 1%, look at the result of that, and you can guarantee that just by setting up HighLevel, you can make those jumps by a couple percentage points.
I mean, just little things. Like we're talking about a small touch, right? Like, actually, so here's the thing. As soon as you start measuring conversions, Chase, conversions go up. Immediately when you start sitting and saying, what is our conversion rate? Most people say, oh, we should be close, 50%. Well, great, let's measure it and see what happens. And then they measure it and they go, holy crap, we only do 15% or 20%. When people say, holy crap, they do 15 to 20%, I go, that's fantastic, because we can double 20%, but I can't double 50%. Right? I can double 10%, I can double 20%, I can work with that. But I'm not going to take a 50% conversion instead of a 100% conversion, right?
And John, before we close, I want to take this opportunity to plug our new reporting that's rolling out, because it's going to enable you through HighLevel to do something that no other platform can do, which is normally when you talk about conversion reporting, you're reporting from either a lead generation, meaning they claimed an offer, or a conversion that's a booking. But that's not really a sale. A sale happens in your pipeline when your client either marks the lead won or drags them to the final column or something like that. So HighLevel reporting is now going to go from the ad campaign all the way through to what your customer puts at the end of the pipeline. And that's going to be true ROI reporting. And we're super excited to roll that out in the very near future. So great point. All right, John, let's wrap this up, but we'll say until next time, because of course we would love to have you back on the show again. Thank you so much for getting up early in your part of the world, and for sharing all this information with us. consultingunleashedlive.com if you want to connect with John. I highly suggest signing up for his event. That sounds like a great cause, and clearly you're going to learn a lot more. John, thank you so much.
Man, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate that. I'm happy to jump into the Facebook group and answer questions when you post this replay into the group. So I'm happy to chime in there. But thanks for having me on, man. Like I said, this community, your product is an incredible product. The opportunities you have are extraordinary, and I hope I've sparked ideas about how people can leverage this for themselves and make a greater impact in business. And right now we need lots of business impact out there, lots of business. So we are the rescuers of right now, us marketers.
That's very true. All right, we'll get out there and do the good work. We'll see everybody on the next episode.
Thanks.